Hey guys, I always start these videos and I just start like talking and I'm like, you know, give the people a chance to get into it, say hello. So hey, as you guys probably know, I'm trying to grow my YouTube and grow my business. And at the moment I'm just feeling like extremely overwhelmed because I'm just like trying to put all these strategies and all this stuff, all this advice into place. And I don't know if you've ever just felt like so overwhelmed, well, you probably have, like that you just want to quit. Like you just want to be like, no, this is too much. Like I'm going on a holiday, bye. So that's how I feel at the moment. I've been feeling like this for the last couple of days. So this morning I just woke up and I do some like journaling every morning. And I was like, you know what, today I just want to do something. Like do something that's going to get me closer to my end goals, regardless of what I had planned to do, because I'm just feeling a bit frustrated. So what better way to take out some frustration than to cook? So today I'm going to be making a few videos, and the first one is going to be my cauliflower pizza base recipe. So I'm just going to get you guys set up over here. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to grab the ingredients that I need. This is really annoying because the recipe is on my phone. I'm gonna have to think about this one for a sec. Okay, all sorted. I quickly like scribbled down the ingredients on a note. So what you're gonna need is 170 grams of cauliflower. It doesn't have to be exact. You can kind of just fiddle around with that. It's just the first time I made these, I made like a double batch and I only had 340 grams of cauliflower, so I just used the whole thing. Anyways, so 170 grams of cauliflower, 1 egg, some garlic, yeast, salt, and flour, and that's it. And then some herbs and spices, like whatever you want to add. So I'm gonna go get all of my ingredients. Okay, so first things first is we are going to break the cauliflower up a little bit, and then I run mine through what's called like a Thermomix. I don't know if you've heard it, but basically it's just like a food processor, and the idea is just to break it down into like just like a crummy, softer, like flour mixture. So I'm going to get my scales, and then I'm just going to weigh out 170 grams. Let me see if I can show you guys. And then you get your food processor or like Thermomix if you have one. It is a monster of a machine. This thing is so freaking powerful. Like, you watch, I'm gonna put this in there and in like seconds, it's gonna be all like just crummy. Okay, now I've lost my garlic. Got it. So I'm gonna whiz this up for, I don't know, until I get the desired consistency that I want. And then I'm gonna add my garlic. I'm going to, just 1 clove, I'm just going to chop it up before I put it in there. Just a little bit, like not too much, because I think the machine will probably break it down. And if it doesn't, then I usually find out while I'm eating and I get a big like kick to the face. All right. What was that, like 4 seconds? Look. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm just gonna chop up my garlic a little bit. I'm not like the best chopper in the world. I can't go fast because if I do, I usually end up cutting my fingers off. Since that is so well chopped already, I'm just gonna chop this up a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna put it in there with it. So I just went for 5 seconds. But like I said, if you're not using a Thermomix, which I highly doubt you are, I don't even use this that much and it's really expensive, so I probably should. But anyways, so that's basically what we're kind of going for. And then I'm going to take it out of here and I'm going to strain as much water as I can out of it. You guys can use like a tea towel, or if you have like what's called, well, my mom tells me it's called a muslin. It's like I'll show you one sec. It's like this little, it's like kind of like a tea towel, I guess. See? And so what you do is you put it in here and then you strain it. So let's do that. I'm gonna do it like bit by bit. This is where your biceps come in handy from all the arm work and bicep curls. You can take it straight from your mixer, or I mean, I'm just gonna put mine in a bowl and do a bit by bit. Okay, so I'm gonna do probably like half at a time. So I'm just gonna grab it with my hand, whatever. There's no right or wrong way on how to do this. And then here. And that is what you want to get out. Okie dokie, so now we've done that, the next thing we need to start doing is adding our flour, our egg, and our yeast. So now I'm just gonna get a separate bowl to whisk my egg. Okay, we had to take like a quick break because I was interrupted by someone. Anyway, so like I said, now you have your egg in here and we're going to add our yeast. Now I did a quick YouTube search on how to add yeast to dough. I know that sounds really random and I've made these a couple times, but my mom kept telling me, like, cause she's like a crazy cook, I'll show you some of the foods that she eats. That she makes, and she's always like, oh, you should mix the yeast in with water before because otherwise it doesn't activate or something. So anyways, I did a quick YouTube search on how to add yeast to dough, and what it said was you should mix your yeast in with some water, some warm water, and then like sprinkle a tiny little bit of sugar so that the yeast has something to eat on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, let's see. This is the yeast I have. And I am only using half a packet. So one sachet has 7 grams, and so I'm gonna use half a sachet, which is 3.5 grams. And then apparently we just wait till foam starts foaming on top. Till foam starts foaming. You know what I mean. So I was trying to do a time lapse and that totally failed because I think the yeast is supposed to be foaming right about now, but it's not. Oh well, I'm just gonna add it. Okay. Okay, let's have a chat. So I guess, like with cooking, you just have to like experiment and try new things, like I did with the yeast just then. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, we'll see. At the end of the day, like the yeast is just so that the dough rises, and I mean, I don't really care that much. As long as it tastes good, then I'm happy. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some garlic mix. Now, I actually, if you guys live in Sydney, my mum gets this from the Flemington markets. There's a guy that has like this herb stand, and he is amazing. Like this, I put this in everything. One day, I actually want to start going with her a little bit more often now. So I'll film that, and you can see like all the spices and herbs that he's got, and I'll show you exactly where his stand is at the markets, because that place is pretty overwhelming and you can get lost and frustrated and leave before you find him, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? So if you don't have this, you can literally just use like anything. It's just to add flavor to the dough. So, you know, parsley, I don't know, just anything, like whatever vibe, feel, flavor you want to give your pizza dough, then just choose the herb that applies and use it. Okay, now something that I forgot to do, but you guys should do at the beginning, is preheat your oven. So I'll put that instruction like as a little subtitle at the beginning, but if you're like me and you forgot, well, go ahead and turn your oven on. And I've got this my mum's got like this really cool handy oven. Look, I'll show you. It's just great. It heats up like really fast, and yeah, it's really awesome. So I am going to, well, this was her advice to me, to let the yeast react with the dough. Just preheat it to the lowest temperature. Well, our oven goes to 50 degrees is the lowest. So that's Celsius. I'm sorry if there are any Americans watching this. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. I think it's like maybe 170. I don't know. Don't take my word on that. Google it. So I'm just gonna preheat it. And I don't want the oven to get too warm, but basically, well, what my mom's told me is, yeah, it allows the yeast to react and actually rises the dough. So I'm going to let that heat up for a little bit. You don't want it too hot. If you can go lower than 50, maybe like even 40 degrees, perfect. And then I'm just going to set my cauliflower on a tray with baking paper. That was quick. With baking paper, and I'm just gonna let it sit in there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just till it starts rising. And then if it doesn't start rising after 20 minutes, then fuck it. And now we wait. Okay guys, I am about to take the pizza out of the oven. I actually, while it was in there, I turned it off after like 20 minutes and I just let it sit in there. And then I made another video on how to do my vegetable stir fry. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link over here. And anyways, back to the pizza. It's actually done pretty well. I'll show you. Hold on. So it hasn't risen like a whole lot, but it has risen, which is awesome. I'm actually gonna have it for lunch, so I am going to actually, I need to stop saying actually. I'm going to cook it, and I'm just gonna cook it for like maybe up to 20 minutes. It really depends. Like, I'll put the temperature up to 170, 80 degrees Celsius, cook it for like 20-ish minutes, and then just like check it. Like every oven's different, just check it, just like touch it. And then once it's mostly cooked, or pretty much cooked, you can just like put all your toppings on there. I'm probably gonna put, I don't know, we'll see what I've got, but I usually have some like frozen mints in the fridge and just like whatever. And yeah. Alright guys, so pizza base is cooked. Oven, just leave it on while you prepare your pizza. And so the toppings that I have, I literally just have like all this stuff in the freezer, all leftovers from tonight, so from last night. So this is just like some mince, and this is some that was frozen, and this is some chicken schnitzel that I just cut up that we had last night. It was oven baked chicken schnitzel. I'll do a video on that in the future. And yeah, so I just cut it up into strips. That's gonna be my meat. Then I've got some pumpkin. See, I told you I had like heaps of leftovers in the fridge. So I don't know if I'll use all of it, but that is some baked pumpkin that I had a couple nights ago. Then tomato, avocado, onion, and cheese. And for the sauce, for the base, I use this, it's lower calorie tomato sauce. It's got no added cane sugar. So that's the bottle there. You can get that from Coles. And it's just got about 6 calories per serve. So per 15 mils. So I am now going to top my pizza.